Good morning, y'all. Today I'm excited to share this buffalo ranch chicken recipe with some ranch mashed potatoes that I made for dinner tonight. That was freaking amazing. So stay tuned for all the recipe details. For this recipe, you are going to need 3 to 4 defrosted chicken breasts, 8 ounces of cream cheese that has been softened or sat out at room temperature for a while, 1 package of this ranch dip from Hidden Valley, some buffalo sauce. It says to use Frank's, but we're going to use our favorite kind of buffalo sauce, and then some cheese, some shredded cheese. It also says to use cheddar, but this is what I have on hand, so this is what I'm going to be using. And that's what you need, and a casserole dish to cook everything in. So first up, you want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. So now you're going to need to take a medium bowl and start mixing everything together. First, you're going to want to put the cream cheese in it. If you forgot to let yours sit out and get room temperature like I did with mine, you can microwave it for about 15 seconds at a time, stirring in between until it gets soft enough to stir and mix everything together. For me, that took about 30 seconds. So I put it in for 15 seconds, stirred it up, and then put it in for another 15 seconds until it was soft enough to mix everything else in with it. So now you're going to want to add in your other ingredients. You're going to want to take about half of a cup of shredded cheese. Like I said, you can use either cheddar cheese or like I did, I used like a mixture of Colby Jack. I think it's a mixture of Colby Jack. Anyways, you can put about half a cup of cheese. I did this as a heaping cup. You can put a little bit more, a little bit less, whatever floats your boat. We like cheese in my house, so I put a little bit more. And then you're going to take your buffalo sauce and you're going to do about 1/4 of a cup of buffalo sauce. I also put a little bit more buffalo sauce in it because we like our buffalo sauce in our household as well. So I did the 1/4 of a cup, and then I just kind of, put a little extra in there. And then you're also going to want to take your ranch seasoning, and you're going to want to use about a tablespoon of ranch seasoning and pour that in as well. And then you're going to mix it all together. Now you're going to want to go ahead and take that cheese mixture and you're going to spread it over your chicken breast. I just try to make sure it is spread evenly across all of the chicken, and I did end up switching to a spatula here in a minute instead of a fork so I can make sure and get every little piece of cheese out of this bowl. Now you are going to take some more cheese, yes, more cheese, and you are going to put it over on top of the chicken and the cheese mixture just to give it a nice topping. It says to use about half a cup. I didn't measure, I just put it on until my heart desired, and you can do you and put however much you want, and you can measure it if you'd like. After that, you are going to go ahead and put it in the oven for 25 to 35 minutes. Mine ended up needing to cook at the longer end of 35 minutes. Now, while the chicken is cooking, we're going to go ahead and get our ranch mashed potatoes ready. So I'm sure most of you know how to make mashed potatoes, but I'm just going to quickly go through it. I am just going to peel about 4 potatoes for us. We are a family of 3, 2 adults and 1 toddler. So I'm peeling about 4 potatoes, which worked pretty well for us. I would have liked more just so we could have had leftovers, but it was enough for this meal. So I'm just going to peel these, and then I'm going to cut them up and boil them in a pot of water until they are soft enough to mash. So after the potatoes have boiled and they are nice and soft, I am going to pour them all into my KitchenAid mixer. This is my favorite way to make mashed potatoes, but you can obviously use a hand mixer if you would prefer that, or just a potato masher. But I poured them all into my mixer, and then I am going to add some butter. I used about half of a stick of butter. And then I'm also going to put in some sour cream. I just used whatever I left. Usually I like to use somewhere between 1/4 to 1/2 of a cup for this amount. And then I'm also going to pour in the rest of the ranch seasoning packet that I had on hand. And that is it for the ranch mashed potatoes. These are a favorite side item in our house. We also like to throw cheese in there sometimes, which is really good, but there's enough cheese on the chicken for this dinner tonight. By the time I was done with the potatoes, the chicken was done as well. So the timer went off and I just pulled it out of the oven, and you can see it was still like bubbling here. I just wanted to go ahead and check the chicken, make sure it was cooked through. There was no pink or anything left on the inside, and I mean, this just looks so good. Like I said, you can still see the cheese bubbling. It looks so delicious. And then I just went ahead and dished up our plates. So what I did was just throw some mashed potatoes down first, and then I took a spatula and I put some of the chicken on top of the mashed potatoes, and then just like draped it with the cheese sauce, which was just so good. There's just like, it's just like cooking in this like cheesy gooey sauce, and it was so delicious. And then I just served it with green beans on the side, but you could of course do whatever side item or vegetable item you want on the side. Everyone in our whole family loved this. My toddler actually had seconds and thirds. So I hope you guys try this out, and if you do, make sure you tag me on Instagram over at Shauna Rae Videos. And if you liked this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next week for some more videos. Bye, y'all. Make sure you click here to check out some more of my family-friendly recipes.